Hey everyone, it's Theodore Chaplin III, and I'm here with my fraternity brother, Judge Aaron Butler. How you doing?
Hi, Trey. How you doing?
I'm doing amazing. I'm doing amazing. He's gonna take time out of his day and tell us exactly what he does. And if you will, please, he's my fraternity brother. He's an amazing man, a great leader. Shows great leadership and always handle every task that he's given. And just really sets a great role for everyone in the community, in his business, and outside his business. So if you will, please just tell them who you are and what exactly do you do.
Like he's mentioned earlier, I'm Aaron Butler. I'm Chief Summary Court Judge for Horry County and also serve as Chief City Judge for the City of Loris, Municipal Court Judge. I've been involved in the court system now as a judge for over 17 years.
Oh, that's amazing.
But I've been involved in the court system since 1974. I was Horry County's first, when I finished college and came home, I was Horry County's first coordinator of volunteers and probation that worked with troubled youth. Training adults to be in the role of sister or big sister or big brother.
Okay.
And I worked for the county for about 2 years in that capacity. Then in 1977, I left the county and went to work for South Carolina Vocational Rehabilitation, where I worked in the same capacity as a youth counselor, working with disabled youth that got in trouble with the courts. And I developed programs to help disabled youth work through their problems and be able to go back to work. I worked for that agency until 2001. And during that period of time, I worked with adults as well as troubled youth. The guys who were just getting back from prison, help them get situated, help them go back to work. Spend some time working with employee assistance programs where you have individuals who are employers so that employees that employers had trouble with for work and helping them maintain and keep their employment. So I spent the majority of my time there before I was asked by the senators, the delegation, Horry County delegation, senatorial delegation, to come to the bench as a summary court judge.
That's why I see massive impact. You definitely changed a lot of lives. I heard a lot of great positivity in there. You definitely help people stay on the straight and narrow or get them back on the straight and narrow, and just really overall impact them through what you do and what you have done, and your credibility definitely speaks for itself. Also, I want to ask, what do you typically what is the biggest challenge that you face, or what are some challenges that you have faced through doing these things?
Well, one of my biggest challenges that I faced the last couple of years, besides being a court judge, is one, I was appointed Chief Summer Court Judge by the Chief Justice, and that means I have to run all the courts, the magistrates' courts of the county. I have to schedule them and make sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to do and all courts are covered. Another was I was also appointed by the past Chief Justice Toll to serve as the judge for the mental health court. And mental health problems are some of the bigger problems that we have now in our nation, and find services with them. So what I do is I work with the solicitor and the sheriff department in determining cases through the mental health court that will stay and try to, with my rehab background, and that's one reason why they asked me, because I had rehab
Right.
to make sure they get the services they can to try to stay instead of sending them to prison. And that program has been very challenging but very successful.
Definitely, of course, because you're a part of it, obviously.
Well, I'm hoping I am part of it. It makes a difference.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So how did you overcome that challenge or those challenges, and why did you handle it the way that you did?
Well, as far as overcoming, I'm still working at it.
Okay.
There are different components, but we got good people and good agencies that work with us. Mental health is a part of that, and vocational rehabilitation is part of my old agency. And during my years when I was with rehab, I worked with those type of agencies. So,
why did you handle it the way that you did?
Well, as far as overcoming, I'm still working at it.
Okay.
There are different components, but we got good people and good agencies that work with us. Mental health is a part of that, and vocational rehabilitation is part of my old agency. And during my years when I was with rehab, I worked with those type of agencies. So we're still working on ways to help people get back into the employment field as well as stay out of prison.
Gotcha.
And so it's a massive job. My most hardest thing for me to have to deal with when somebody's not successful, and I have to go ahead and send them on to prison.
Gotcha.
And so those are some of the things that we work hard at trying to to keep them from going back to prison.
Yeah, so it's more so like it's a continuation of, it's not really no set like way to properly handle this besides taking on the challenge and then
Right.
further improving on it. Yeah, I definitely understand that. I definitely understand that. Is there any advice that you would give anybody who has any interest in this field that you're in, or?
You have to be dedicated. You
Mhm.
have to be dedicated and want to be able to help people, and you need to get the educational requirements to do so. You know, my background is not in law, but we are judges, so we're apprentices of the law. That means I have to take, we call it the mini bar.
Yeah.
The criminal and the civil case parts of the test, just like lawyers have to take the bar.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to get the knowledge to what you have to do. Besides the knowledge, you got to be wanting to help people. I already had experience working with rehab cases all those years, and also had a lot of experience working within the courts, and that helped me tremendously. So you're going to have to decide if this is what you want to do, then you have to go for it.
Got you. Have you ever in passing, like going through the process that you went through, have you ever like started out with anyone on this ongoing journey and they quit or they came back or they, you know?
I've had some. I've from my rehab experience working with young people when I was rehab, I saw them as adults and wondered what happened. You know, and said, well, you know, we just fell behind the 8 ball in certain areas. But I've worked with people that I've worked with before and tried to encourage them then to try to change their life and go on. So the ongoing experiences that I've had people in the past, I either see them or I see their children as a court judge.
Oh, got you.
So it's a continuous journey.
Yeah, that's real good. Yeah, well, I definitely appreciate you taking out your time to definitely impact and enlighten us on exactly what you do. Because a lot of people don't know the experience of the time consumption of like what it takes. Matter of fact, speaking of time, do you feel like this takes a lot of your time, or do you feel like the time is not really something that you're watching because you enjoy it so much?
Well, the courts are set up by, you know, there's no time limit with courts. You know, as far as when I go to court, I know when I go in there, I may be in there for a long time or I may be in there for a short time.
Yes.
So regardless of the time, I'm hoping I'm having a significant impact on the people that I'm working with.
So you want to be intentional with the time that you do have or whatever. Okay, yeah. And you're very flexible. You're very easy to work with. I mean, you're just like, if this is the time I'm in here, this is the time I'm in here.
That's the job I have to do.
Got you.
So, and you know, we do it with judges are on call. I get calls all the time at night, you know, because part of my job is to be able to do warrants. And if search warrants need to be done after something that happens at night, we get a lot of times I'm up 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Officers call them and meet and come to the house and get warrants done. That's part of the job. So it's a 24-hour cycle with us sometimes.
Got you. Well, listen, I definitely appreciate you and thank you for taking time out your day.
Anytime any of you or any of your students or your co-students, I guess, or whoever would you want to come out to the jail and watch the session, you'd be glad. I was glad to have you.
Oh, see, hey, even open invitation right there. Thank you. Amazing man right here. I appreciate you. Thank you for watching us and take care.
Thank you.